out of Henderson, and I am the education's enrichment specialist here at Project Home. And my age, I'll let you figure that one out.
Can you please define a hero?
I would say a hero is someone that has the guts to figure out what it is that they're here for and to pursue it. And that they won't let anything stop them from pursuing their purpose and pursuing why they were created to be on this earth. A lot of people think that heroes are, but it's not just as selfish as that. I think it's not just finding out what your purpose is, but also how it impacts and affects the world around you and others, because we're not just here for ourselves.
Do you consider yourself as a hero?
I don't know. Some days I do. I guess it depends on the day. I think so, yeah. Based on the definition I gave before, I would say yeah. Because my whole life is about purpose. I can't do anything without having a purpose. Every decision that I make, whether it be a job that I choose to take, or even sometimes the clothes that I wear, it's a purpose behind it, you know. So it's, yeah, I would say that I'm a hero in some ways.
Okay. Can you describe what a hero is?
I think some examples of heroes are just people who have been here. They don't necessarily have to have the status of celebrity or even to have all of the right, quote-unquote, things of what people think that you should have as far as status and success. It could just be people who have the determination to love people no matter what, or to show love and show compassion to people. People who are willing to go beyond the status quo and the norm to reach out to others. You know, Mother Teresa, you know, people that shoot Sister Mary, you know, people who are really willing to fight for a cause, and they'll go the extra mile, you know, not just for themselves but for others, you know, or examples. If you ask me whether I thought a sports hero or a sports figure is a hero, I wouldn't necessarily say yes, only because once they get their millions, then what? You know, how much do they try to impact the community that they came from, or even the community that they live in? So heroes are people who just walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
Who is your hero?
I would have to say Jesus is my hero. And I think one of the reasons is because Jesus was gangster. He was serious about his. He didn't allow what people thought and opinions that other people held to determine who he was and how he chose to do things. He knew what he was here for, and he did exactly what he came to do, but he was not all about himself. He reached out to others. He loved people. He was real with people. Down to earth, people could relate to him. And at the same token, he could talk with dignitaries and, you know, talk with people who were poor. It didn't matter who it was. He would talk to them all at the same level. And he knew how people felt about him. But it didn't matter when it came to him doing what he needed to do. So, that's my hero.
All right. Do you think how you behave affects or defies stereotypes?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Your behavior really determines what people think of you, period. It's not just what you say out your mouth. Even though what you say out your mouth really shapes your behavior and also shapes the opinions that other people have of you. But also it's your actions that will have people to make a decision about how they want to interact with you. And so many of us, if we're really honest with ourselves, then we'll admit that many of us have our own prejudices and our own biases that are sometimes shaped and formed from different stereotypes. And even though we can fight it, the only real way that we can really challenge it is when we are interacting with other people and when they challenge those things that we previously had come to really challenge it is when we are interacting with other people and when they challenge those things that we previously had come to think of as fact or think of as commonplace. So I'll give you an example. If you will go outside every day and it was, let's see, and in the neighborhood that you came from, there were always macaroni noodles falling from the sky. Well, no matter where you went, you would always believe that there were macaroni noodles falling from the sky. It wouldn't be until you go somewhere else and you saw some panini sandwiches falling from the sky that you would see that there's a difference in what you believe. So other people and how they choose to act impact how we perceive them and whether we even choose to receive the stereotypes that are present. Yeah, our actions determine that.
Can you tell me what motivates you to do the right thing?
Well, I would say what motivates me to do the right thing is that I don't have a choice. If I don't do the right thing, I automatically feel bad. Like, it's like innate, it's within me. But most importantly, I think, I have an obligation to God, and I know that God's going to be on me about making sure I do what I need to do. So, if I don't do it, then I have to hear it from Him. And no one likes to hear, you're supposed to do something, and it's like, I just don't feel right when I don't do what I know to do, or if I don't treat people right, or if I don't do right by, I have to return pens, I have to put the shopping carts back in the aisles or back in the lanes. I can't even leave them in the middle of the parking lot. So it's like it's in me. Why? I think you're a hero because you chose to figure out what it is that Daquan was here for, and to really find out how to be yourself and no matter what situation you are in, but also to adapt. It's like you chose to be you're in this neighborhood, and I saw working with you the struggle and the lure that the streets can sometimes have on young people, and you chose to fight it, not to say that you're a punk or anything, but, just to say that you didn't let the streets define who you were and who you are. You know that that's where you came from, and you enjoy some things from it, but it's like you were willing to step out onto your own path, even though it was something that's unknown and very different from what you're used to. And so, to me, that's a hero. But sometimes heroes have to be willing to have the courage to step out and to take the road less traveled, to do something that has not been done before, and to not worry about what other people are saying.